Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So we're going to be talking about making the subject with the formula with when you have in brackets and fractions, okay? So making the subject with formula having brackets and fractions. So it's very important that you review previous video and try as much as possible that before you come to this video, you've watched previous video and ensure that you know how to do some of these important skills like cross multiplication. So where we had A over C is equal to, for instance, B over D. So it's going to be A times D equal to what? C times what? B. All right. So make sure you know how to do cross multiplication, and also know how to open brackets. So we have single brackets. So if, for instance, you have A into bracket B plus C, so it's going to give you A times B, will give you AB, and A times C is going to give you what? AC, and double brackets as well. So A plus B, you're multiplying C plus D. So it's going to be A times C will give you AC. A times D is going to give you AD. B times C will give you BC. And B times D is going to give us what? BD. All right. So please ensure that you've done all this. You're conversant with all this. And if you are having any question, please don't hesitate to contact me or send me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And also, the next part is that if you've not subscribed, you've not clicked the notification bell, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please do so. And also, it's important you click the notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. All right. All right. So let's get cracking now. All right. So let's get cracking. So these are all things we've talked about earlier. So we're going to go straight and pick some examples. So we have this example here. So I'm going to pick some examples so we can solve. So number one, we're told to make X the subject of the formula. In each of the following. Okay. So make X the subject of the formula in each of the following. All right. So let's start. So number one, we have, let's say we have Y divided by X is equal to 2 plus C divided by Z. All right. So like I always say, I prefer to get rid of the fractions immediately. And as you can see in this case here, the fractions we have is X and Z. So in order to get rid of the fractions, I'm going to multiply through by X and Z. So I multiply this by X, Z. Are you seeing it? Multiply this by X, Z. And I'm going to multiply this by X, Z. Are you seeing it? So then we're going to have xz multiplied by y over x, are you seeing it? Will be equal to xz multiplied by what? 2 plus xz multiplied by, get this. So xz multiplied by c over z. So what's going to happen? This x will cancel this x here, all right? And this z is going to cancel this z here. So what you then have at the end of the day, you will then have yz, are you seeing it? Will be equal to 2xz plus cx. Are you seeing it? Now, the next thing you have to do, we need x to be on one side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to then factorize here. So that'll be equal to, I'll take x out, and then it's going to be left with 2z plus c. Are you seeing it? So in basic algebra, I've talked about the concept of factorization. And please make sure you go back and have a look. And that will give you what? YZ. Then, in order to get rid of this, so we need x to be on its own. Then I'm going to divide both sides by what? 2z plus c, and I'll divide both sides by 2z plus c. Okay, so all this, we cancel all that. Okay, and then I'll then be left with yz divided by 2z plus c will be equal to x. So therefore, I can say x is going to be yz divided by 2z plus what? C. And that will be the answer for that. Okay. So it's very important that you get conversant with these techniques. Okay. And just try as much as possible that you keep manipulating until one of the variable you're interested in is alone on one side of the equation. All right, let me pick one more example. All right, so let's pick another example. So let's assume we have this. Number 2, we have, we're still making the subject of the formula. All right, so let's call this II. So number 2, so we have x minus z divided by b is equal to b over z plus z over what? B. Okay, so like I said, I always like getting rid of the fraction first. It's way easier that way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply it through by bz. Okay, so because the fraction has b and z, so I'm going to multiply each of these by bz. So each of them, I'm going to multiply them by bz. So I multiply this by bz. Are you seeing it? Multiply this by bz. Then I multiply all this by what? Bz. So then we can now say it's going to become bz multiplied by x minus z over b equal to bz multiplied by b over z plus bz multiplied by z over b. All right? So that means this b, we cancel this b. So you're going to have z, x minus z will be equal to this z will cancel this z. It will now give you b squared. And this b will cancel this b. And it's going to give you what? Is that 2z or z squared? Yep. So that will give you plus z squared. So z times z will give you z squared. Now, since we're looking for x, we need x to be on its own. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this z on the left-hand side. So I'm going to divide the left-hand side by z. But when you enter to the left-hand side, you also have to do the right-hand side as well. So I'm going to divide all through by z. Okay? So when we do that as well, we're going to have this will cancel out. Okay? So you're going to have x minus z will be equal to b squared over z. Now, because it's squared, this z is going to cancel one of this, and you're going to be left with what? Z. Okay? Then, when you're done, we then have to now add z to both sides because we need to get rid of this minus z. So we have to add z to both sides. So it'll be x minus z, okay, plus z will be equal to b squared over z plus z, right? Then we have to add also z to both sides. Are you seeing it? Then this is now going to give us minus z plus z will cancel out. Then we'll now be left with x will be equal to b squared divided by z. Z plus z is going to give us what? 2z. And that will be the answer for that. So you see, you keep on going, you keep on manipulating it till what you're looking for is alone on one side of the equation. All right, so let's proceed. Then the next one, we'll do number 3 now. So the next one we have here, we have b is equal to, we have x plus y all divided by 4. Now, all this is more multiplied by z, okay? So we need to find x. So the first thing I will say, to make it easy, let's get rid of this z by the right-hand side. So I'm going to multiply this by 1 over z. Then I also have to multiply the left-hand side as well by 1 over z. So it's going to give me 1 over z times b is going to be equal to all this, x plus y over 4 z times 1 over z, okay? So this will cancel that. So we're now going to have b over z will be equal to x plus y divided by what? 4. Now, the next part now will be, I need to get rid of fractions. You know, by now, I don't want to get the fractions near x now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to multiply all this by what? 4. Then multiply this side as well by 4. So it's going to become, we're going to have 4 multiplied by b over z is equal to x plus y. Or can I remove the brackets now? So it's going to be x plus y over 4 times 4. This will cancel that, okay? Then it's going to give me 4b over z is equal to x plus y, okay? Now, the next thing is that I'm going to subtract y from both sides. So I'm going to subtract y from this side, and I'm going to subtract y from this side. So we're going to have then, okay, to get rid of the y, so it's going to be, we're going to have 4b over z minus y, okay, will be equal to x plus y. Then we'll now have minus y. So the plus will cancel the minus, okay? Plus y cancel y. And then that will then give us 4b, okay, divided by z minus y is equal to what? X. So therefore, you can now say x is equal to 4b over z minus y. And that will be the answer for that. Easy, okay? So make sure you just keep manipulating, you adding, you subtracting, dividing, you multiplying, you crossing multiplication, so as to keep on manipulating until the letter or the variable you're interested in is alone on one side of the equation. All right, so let's continue. So let me pick, maybe I pick 2 more, all right? Let me just pick 2 more. So what number is this now? I think we're going to number 4 now. Is that correct? Yep, that should be number 4. So number 4 now. So we have x minus y squared divided by y is equal to what? 3b. So number 4, IV, okay? So let's do this. So as usual, like I always say, I always like to get rid of the fraction. So I multiply this by y, and I'm going to multiply all this as well by y, okay? So it's going to give me y multiplied by x minus y squared divided by y. It's going to give me 3b multiplied by y. So this will cancel that. So then I'm going to have, we have x minus y squared will be equal to 3by, okay? Now I need to get rid of the y squared, very easy. I'm going to then add y squared to both sides, okay? So that means to get rid of subtract, you add, to get rid of multiplication, you divide, okay? So it's gonna become, we'll have x minus y squared, then we now have plus y squared, will be equal to 3by plus y squared. So y squared is going to cancel minus y squared, all right? Then we're going to have x will now be equal to 3by, okay, plus y squared, and that will be the answer for that. All right, let me just pick one more, and that'll be that for this video. Then we'll go to the next video that when you have roots and fraction, how do you solve it? Okay, let me pick one more, and that'll be number 5. Okay, so we have b is equal to xt plus 1/2 av squared. Okay, and you're looking for, you want the t to be on its own, so it's gonna be easy. So we have this. So what you can do, very simple, just subtract both sides by minus 1/2 av squared. So you subtract here by 1/2 av squared, and you subtract here as well by 1/2 av squared. Okay, so this will now give you b minus 1/2 av squared will be equal to xt, or should I put this in so students can understand? So it'll be b minus 1/2 av squared equal to xt plus 1/2 av squared minus 1/2 av squared. Then this will cancel that. Then we're now going to have b minus 1/2 av squared will be equal to xt. All right. Now, to get rid of the t, I have to multiply through by 1/t. So I'm going to multiply this by 1/t. I'll multiply this as well by 1/t, and also multiply this by 1/t. Are you seeing it? So it's going to give me b multiplied by 1/t minus 1/2 av squared multiplied by 1/t. It's going to give me xt multiplied by 1/what? T. So the t will cancel this t. All right. Oh, should I put this as well in red so you understand that this is what I'm referring to? 1/t, 1/t, and 1/t. Okay. So this will cancel this. Then you're going to have b/t minus 1/2t av squared. Are you seeing it? Will be equal to what? X. Okay. So, and that will be that for that. Okay. And that will be that for that. So that means the final answer for this. Therefore, now will now become, therefore, X is going to be b/t minus 1/2t av squared. And that will be the answer for that. All right. Thank you very much. So we'll go straight to the next one, which will be how do we make subject of the formula when we have roots and fraction. So formula containing roots and fraction. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that when I post the next video, you'll be the first person to know. All right, so I will see you soon. I'll see you in the next video.